Now, one of the things that you'll notice about the software is on the top left corner, there's a scan button. So what is that about? Well, we've made it easy. If you want to track that, you want to make sure that the housekeeper is going to the room and actually showing up and scanning that particular, going into that room to cleaning, and not just saying they're starting the clock when they're, not that they would do this, but let's say that, whenever they're in any part of the building. So you want to actually put some kind of a scanning capability within that room that they have to scan in order to mark their presence, that they're actually in the room. So what we've implemented is a QR code system that allows you to, for every room that you create, have a QR code. Okay, so in room 203, we're going to start. You can see there's a little QR code there. And so if I go back to my app, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that scan button, and I'm going to scan it right on my own computer here so you can see what that looks like. So let's press that scan button. And it's going to go fast because I'm going to press it, and then you're going to see the screen come up. And as I scroll up to that QR code, now it says this scan is in progress and that room has gotten started. So there's room 203 right there in my list. And now you can see that clock is showing up. So what you're getting, again, you would do this in a physical environment, not just on your computer, but that QR code could be behind a little piece of plastic somewhere in the room. This housekeeper shows up, scans that QR code, and you get started with the cleaning. And that's as easy as it gets. Okay, so that is these are so far have just been quick cleanings. That's what we've been working through, is the ability to just open up a task and a room cleaning and just mark it as done, and that's it. So you have that capability. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mark this one as done, press save, and you can see that it's done. All right. So that's the first option of what you can do. But there are other ways you can actually create different schedules for this. So you don't have to do these quick cleanings only. You can actually have more extensive questionnaires that are linked to the cleaning process. So what does that mean? Let's look at room 101. I believe that's one that has more questions. There we go. So you can create these types of audits that force the housekeeper to answer specifically the key areas of cleaning where that need to be addressed for that particular room. So in this case, were the toilets clean? Is the sink clean? Did you clean the floor? And so on. So you can actually force them to have to answer each of the questions to make sure I've covered these areas. And then when I press done, now finally I've completed that particular cleaning. So you have a choice. You could just do a quick checkbox, done, or you can create your own audits and questionnaires through that process. Okay, so hopefully this is starting to make sense to you, that it's an easy process for the housekeeper. They're just got their calendar view, they've got their rooms, and they just work through their list. Really, really simple. And of course, if you're familiar with maintenance care, you know that sometimes you need to create what we call ad hocs or maintenance requests that just come up. Well, you could do the same thing for Care Clean. You can create just things that come up on a daily basis, and you could click that on the add button in the bottom left corner of the app. And here you can submit just a request for that particular room or anything that the housekeeper notices around that building in order to take action on it later. This could be even for a manager who needs to create, let's say, a room changeover. So as a manager who has access to the app, okay, room 201 needs to be created. You can go ahead and you can create a room changeover if, let's say, you need more than just a regular cleaning for that particular space. So you can do that right from here easily, right from the app, and just execute on that. And the housekeeper and whoever is going to be assigned to it, you can actually get them to be notified to say, this is going to go to that person and they're going to be in charge of it. Okay. So as you can see, I started on the app because this is what the core is going to be for the housekeeping staff. And hopefully you're getting the idea of the simplicity. That's what we focused on. But now let's take a look. We're going to keep going. We're going to look at the actual interface here, the browser version of what the manager will see and how we're going to schedule your staff and so on. So let's take a look at that. So the actual screen right now you should be looking at is the Edit Rooms Details page. And if you're familiar with maintenance care, this looks very similar. Like I said, it's kind of built on the bones of maintenance care with some additional specific features that are applicable to Care Clean. And one of the things that we've added to here is the ability to view room history right then and there on that room profile. So what does that mean? So right now I'm just seeing this is room 203. There's a QR code, and I can look down here and see the history. So if I click on that, it's going to show me every time there was a cleaning scheduled and whether it was done or not done, right? So this is a really fast way. If anybody calls you, if you have a resident or somebody that says, did you clean this room? You can come here and look at it and say, it was done on this date by this person, this particular housekeeper, and it was done. So you can see that really quickly just from the room profile. So it's very, very handy.